Last thing, if you have any drugs or any alcohol, give me some. Dog man, I'm gonna throw it in the pool. Well, get the out of my house, you get the terrorist. It's fucking part of Bin Laden's gang. Why did they do it, Sharon? What's the deal, man? What the Wikipedia? Ham. What a ham. That was probably packed lunch. There he is, a picture of ham, look. There he is, old boy. I fear Barry Manilow is my biggest fear.
You fear Barry Manilow?
I think he's the Antichrist.
Hey now. Was that better, Christian? Was it a little bit better?
Yeah, it was good. That was really good.
Cool. So if you're listening in your cars, you guys probably just had your speakers shake. It wasn't as good, but yeah. It is, what is it? Monday. It's Monday night, July 28th. Holy shit. It's about to be August. We had said the last episode we did that we were going to do a live soon because we had kind of skipped that because I went out of town. So we're here tonight to do one. And we obviously have some things to talk about because this last week was kind of a crazy week, just in, losing some people and whatnot. And then also, as we do when we do these, we're just going to have this be a free-for-all Q&A where you guys can ask your questions and we're going to answer. But how you doing?
Me or the audience?
You.
Good, sluggish today. Got a case of the Mondays today, big time. We're getting our deck fixed right now. We got people fixing it. The guy who put it in our backyard, he did everything wrong. I won't bore the audience with the details, but literally what was going to be like a $6,000 project is now about to be like a $12,000 or $14,000 project. And I'm so stressed about it. So I got that going on, but at the same time, my health is getting better. So I really can't complain. I could sleep now, feeling good. I'm on my medicine. I did give up energy drinks. I gave them up. I'm not taking the energy drinks no more. So I have my coffee in the morning, but I'm not going to be doing the energy drinks anymore. So turn over a new leaf. How are you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm relatively good. I'd say that my, I don't know, man, like mostly, I wouldn't even say mostly healed from getting that tooth pulled, but like to the point now where I don't have to worry about dry socket, but man, it is really friggin' sore. And, if I open my mouth too wide, it hurts. So, but a lot better than I was the first few days, that's for sure. So happy to be on the mend from that because that sucked. Don't recommend that. Also, I don't know why my dentist didn't just pull all of my wisdom teeth at once. When I was like 17, I was told like, oh yeah, you should have enough room in your jaw for them. So we won't need to. And I said, cool. And then a couple years later, one of them came in impacted and they had to pull that one. And then another one came in impacted and they had to pull that one. So it's been like one after the other every few years. Yeah, so it sucks. But I'm all right. But I mean, you and I didn't really talk much about it last week. Obviously, a lot happened last week. And, I'd be remiss if I didn't start the show off with just talking about what I had put as the title of this episode. And that's just kind of like remembering Ozzy. And then obviously, guys, I wasn't a big wrestling fan. So I'll Christian's going to take the floor to talk about Hulk a little bit too. And his experience with that. But dude, I remember being a kid and like you always heard a Sabbath song or an Ozzy song on the radio. You'd turn on any rock station that was local to you in the car and you'd hear one after a few minutes. Obviously the ones you heard the most were like Crazy Train, Mr. Crowley. I remember playing the original Guitar Hero, and Bark at the Moon was on it. Yeah, I mean, everybody watched, I think, at some point, some of the Osbournes. Like, Ozzy was just so funny. Like, that show was just hilarious. And I mean, it was really cool that a couple weeks ago he got to do one final show, and it almost seemed like, I don't know, and I don't want to speculate on it, but I wonder if he or the family knew that, like, he definitely wasn't doing well. So it was really cool that he got to do that. But man, it sucked. It definitely did. That's an icon in the industry. And you saw how a lot of people, and even our community, like horror fans and people, Sean Clark and Rob Zombie, like how Ozzy was a part of their lives and stuff. And that was really cool. I mean, this is kind of a terrible like question, I guess, but like, I mean, how was that for you? Like, how did you, I mean, was my text how you found out, or did you already know?
No, I found out pretty quick. It really does suck because, first off, the thing I love about Ozzy is he's featured musicians throughout his band. The interesting about Ozzy never played an instrument. There's a lot of things about the history of Ozzy that when you learn about, it's kind of interesting. Like a lot of the great stuff in his solo career, he didn't even write lyrics. That's what's so interesting about Ozzy. What made him so like unique was, in Black Sabbath, Geezer wrote a lot of the lyrics for the band, and then when he went solo, he needed good musicians. His backup was against the wall. Sabbath kicked him out. He couldn't handle his drugs and alcohol, and then he gets Randy Rhoads, one of the greatest guitar players of all time, and Blizzard of Oz. Just, I think it has to be one of the greatest debut solo records of all time. Man, I'm just a huge fan. Like when it comes to 80s metal, hair, hard, I don't really consider Ozzy metal as solo stuff. I look at it more as hard rock, but I'm a huge Jake E. Lee fan. I think Ultimate Sin is the best Ozzy record. His vocally, Ozzy was just doing such a good job on that, and Jake E. Lee is my favorite guitar player I ever had. Just music is incredible. And in the early 90s, unless you were Ozzy, if you were a 80s or hair band, with the exception of Aerosmith and AC/DC, you weren't selling records. And I think No More Tears was possibly Ozzy's, it might have been one of his biggest sellers, if not his biggest sellers of all time. And that was 91 when the industry was completely changed. But Ozzy was bulletproof. I could go on a lot about that. I'm just a big fan of the records, but the thing that really sucks, and it really just is like, eventually there's going to be a point in all of our lives where we're going to stop and say, we are in a part of the world now where the innovators and icons of yesteryear, there are no more left in the music industry. What do I mean by that? And excuse me, the audience can fill in the blanks if I miss somebody. Ozzy is a pioneer and an icon in the music industry. Let's name a few more let's name some others that are gone. Michael Jackson, gone. Mm-hmm. Prince, gone. Yep. There's others. Lemmy from Motorhead, gone. There's only a few left. I mean, really only a few left. And I'm talking about Alice Cooper. I'm talking about Iggy Pop. Iggy Pop had the greatest farewell show of all time. They rolled a casket out on stage for Iggy. Iggy got in the casket. They shut the lid. Billy Idol, James Hetfield, Metallica. I consider them pioneers. But we are but when it comes to the pioneers, meaning like guys like Scott Ann's and the Metallicas, and these, like, Ozzy was the band, Black Sabbath was the band, that every band looked up to. So there's only a few left. That's what scares me so much. It's like, man, we are going to live in a world eventually where the pioneers of the genre, they're all gone. That's what scary to me. Like when Alice goes, I think I'm just going to. I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm just out of here, dude, because I don't want to live in a world without Alice Cooper. I don't. Thank you, Maiden. I consider them absolute pioneers, but even then, still inspired by Sabbath. So, God bless Tony Iommi, Geezer, and Bill Ward. They're all still kicking. Late 70s. Tomy's still doing stuff. It's just it really does suck. Ozzy was probably the most beloved icon, one of the most beloved icons in music too. Everybody loved Ozzy. He's so lovable.
I mean, he transcended genre. Like I was seeing people post about it this last week, and that I was like, I would have never thought they were an Ozzy fan. But it's just kind of goes to what you said. I mean, he was a pioneer. Like, if you liked music, you're bound to have liked an Ozzy Osbourne song. Like, it's just there were so many that were so popular, and they, Apple did this thing. They put together this like remembering Ozzy thing, the essentials or whatever, and you're just looking, and it's 50 songs, and you're down 20 songs, and it's like I still know every song on here. 25, it's like holy shit, like that's I mean, it's one of those artists. It's somebody had said, I think my younger brother said in the chat, Freddie Mercury is someone too, and it's like you don't realize like everybody's like oh Queen or oh Ozzy Osbourne, but like just look at their discography and like just you will be floored to be like wow, I know so many of these songs, and not like not deep cuts and stuff like that, like no, ones that got serious radio play for years and years and years. And I mean and he kind of transcended music too, because he did him and his family, like the Osbournes, it was hilarious, it was hectic, it was kind of Ozzy in his purest form. And there's a lot, you got to see sides of him that I didn't know existed until I watched some of that show. But I think at the end of the day, not only was he an incredible musician and a pioneer, like you said, but he was also just a genuinely like funny, good dude. Like I don't know. It's just he was 76, which I gotta be honest though, man. Like I'm thinking about this. A lot of these icons we look up to, man, they did some serious drugs and alcohol for years and years and years. To be making it to your late 70s, early 80s, like that's pretty impressive. I mean, because we know Ozzy had his famous struggles for a long time with that. Yeah,
and a lot of them did. I mean, Alice was no different either. Now a lot of them have been sober for decades now, but still. I think it was really the Parkinson's that did him in. He got it at an older age, and I think his Parkinson's was getting worse. He had a botched back surgery too, which we don't know what part that's going to play in all this, because he still should have been fairly mobile. But I mean, it's hard to be upset when you look at the way he was able to go out. I mean, Jesus Christ, they beat Live Aid 85 for the biggest benefit concert of all time. So, I mean, it was amazing. And then I found this, they had all these bands playing Sabbath songs and stuff. And they had this guy come out, this young kid named Youngblood or something, did a cover of Changes. And I never heard of him. It blew me away. Dude's voice is absolutely incredible.
We were just talking about this on vacation. Yeah. Christian, my younger brother in the chat right there, not the one I live with, he hated it. The one that lives with me, he was like, yeah, Youngblood did this cover of Changes and it was awesome. And my brother Landon was like, oh no, it's trash. And I was like,
well, I mean, he's absolutely entitled to his opinion, but he'd be the only person on the planet that might think that. I mean, his voice was so powerful. I checked out his band or his music under the Youngblood name and stuff. It's not what I was expecting. It's kind of a little too poppy for what I was hoping. The song Zombie's a good ballad hit, but I wasn't really in love with the music that he did, but vocally, I think he kind of stole the show. His cover, and that's not the way the song was arranged. The original arrangement from Volume 4 is very soft. They turn it into a big, heavy song in the chorus. So, I mean, the concert, it's bittersweet because, God, it breaks me every time I see clips played now.
Mm-hmm.
But Now,
I
Nuno
mean,
Betancourt was the MVP of that whole show. He played like 12 songs, all solos.
you could tell too. Like, obviously, those clips are really making the rounds right now, like you said, and like you could tell that Ozzy was. He didn't have much time left, but I mean, he gave it his all, dude, and he seemed genuinely like happy. He seemed genuinely like kind of taken by the moment. I don't know. It was just.
Oh yeah.
It was really, really cool. I'm sure in that moment he was probably thinking about like, holy shit, like this is my legacy. Like I did this. I'm this important to this many people. That's got to be a crazy feeling. I mean, none of us will never know what that's like. I mean, we're, content creators, and you have people that, shout you out and that, support you, and it kind of blows your mind sometimes. Now imagine, being Ozzy Osbourne. Like that's crazy, man. One thing that honestly really, really made me sad was his daughter Kelly still hasn't posted on social media since he died. And I mean, that's got to suck, man.
She got engaged. That was going all over the internet too. She got engaged that day with her husband. I think he was in the Slipknot camp somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't really buy into I mean, of course, Ozzy knew he was sick, but I don't really think he knew he was going to be gone in a day or so, or however long it was after that. I think he wanted to stick around. I think he probably was like, all right, let's plan the next one. Let's do this again, And I remember his daughter shared like some small video. It was posted before he passed, but like it was like a good morning thing, and Ozzy was on his tablet, and he was like, so I don't, dude, something might have just happened.
Wasn't there a rumor that he had a fall recently? Is that true?
I mean, I don't know, but
I had seen stuff on the internet about how he had recently had a fall, and people were wondering if that exacerbated things, because obviously as you get older and your body starts to fail, that's a huge worry.
Yeah.
You don't want to have a fall.
It's possible. Now it's just sad, man. Now looking at this whole thing now, you look at the guys that started. There's only this is like who's holding the mantle now as like the originator of this stuff. And
Alice Cooper, Metallica.
I'm not just saying this because he's my hero, but I mean, Alice started in 60. They had their record come out before even Sabbath had a record come out.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty's for You came out in 1969. So Alice is still out there. 77, I think he is.
The Stones are still going, aren't they?
Yeah. What am I saying? No, they are. Mick and Keith. Yeah, Mick is 81, still moves like he's 30. And some people think that's like unbelievable, and it is, but also that's all his body knows. Mick Jagger has not stopped since he was 20. Like,
I'd be worried if he did stop.
If
he does stop, what if his body just gives out? Like, oh, we're not doing this? Like, okay. You're like, no, don't stop. Keep doing it.
What blew me away is Hackney Diamonds, which came out in 2023. Was a fucking amazing record. I really loved it. I hated Blue and Lonesome, but like for guys to be 80 years old and put out a record that I thought was that good blew me away. So, yeah, it's got to be the Stones still going. And Paul's still out there.
Yep.
So, I don't know. It just sucks. It's sad. You know what was so crazy too? When I did get the news, I was listening to Live and Loud, which was the 93 live record. I was listening to it because of the I don't want to say it's any sort of weird coincidence, but I think really what it was ever since the Back to the Beginning show, I've just been kind of like, man, just kind of re-listening, enjoying some of the records. And I'm a big fan of live records. I love a good live record. So I was listening to Live and Loud, and I remember I happened to pull up Facebook because I got some kind of notification. It wasn't even related, but when I pulled it up, it was either TMZ or News Weekly, and I saw it. And I just happened to pull it up right as one of them got posted, and I was like, fuck. Like, God damn it. So
yeah. No, it sucked. And my mom, she was a big Ozzy fan. I haven't even talked to her since then. So I'm sure that sucked for her too. I'm pretty sure she saw him in concert. I'm pretty sure at some point she saw all these legends in concert over the years. So, but yeah, no, it's another thing that's been making the rounds recently is, and I don't like the way it's being characterized when people are like, when rock met rap and made history, and it's, the Post Malone collaboration with Ozzy. Like, the rock met rap decades before that. That was not the first time, but it was a really, really cool. I would say it was a really cool collaboration, and I think that song, it's a great song. I mean, I love the video that's going around now of them performing it together. And what was that, 2019? I think that was really cool. Yeah, dude. But that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody knew Ozzy. Like, everybody liked Ozzy. You find somebody that didn't like Ozzy Osbourne, like, you need to get your head checked, dude. Like, that. It sucks, man. It got me thinking, and I saw you post something like this about, like, hey, we gotta protect Alice Cooper at all costs.
Protect him.
And I felt the same way. I started thinking about Hetfield, and I was like, he's not as old, but I was like, dude, when he goes, like, that's really gonna suck for me. But you start to think about it, and you're like, I mean, they're not that much younger. It's not that far apart.
No, it sucks, dude. It sucks. It makes you start thinking about your own mortality too. So,
well,
I'm trying to enjoy. I'm trying to enjoy every single day with the people that are still here. Like all my favorite musicians, and like the fact Blue Oyster Cult's still touring. They never come near me, but they're still touring, and obviously Alice and the Misfits are still going. Glenn Danzig's grumpy fucking ass is still out there. I love it. I want to see him. Glenn just turned 70. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, not to. I just want to give you a chance too. And guys, look, I saw some of the discourse online about
Hogan,
and I'm not really going to get into that. I wasn't a wrestling fan. Obviously, I think anybody could say they don't agree with some of the comments he's made in the past. 100%. I mean, that's just. But Christian's a big wrestling fan. Grew up on Hulk Hogan, so I know that had to, just for the childhood memories, that had to suck too.
Yeah, and I mean, listen. People can say, obviously, they can have their opinion about what Hulk has said and done in the past. He's got the internet and freedom of information. People started learning about the way Hulk was, how do I put it? He wanted to stay on top. He did what he did to stay on top. Go listen to any Jesse Ventura interview where he gets asked about Hulk, and he will not hold back. And then after the whole Hogan Knows Best, which that was the show, you watched the Osbournes, I watched Hogan Knows Best. That was a pretty big show. I'm sure you've at least seen some of it back in the day. Yeah,
I've seen clips. Yeah.
Oh, my whole family, we watched every episode of Hogan Knows Best. Hogan went through his divorce. Like, the 2000s were so fucking bad on Hogan. It's his life. It's all decisions he made and the stuff he went through. He went through his divorce. That was a whole big thing. And then he was there was a sex tape that came out about Hogan where he was banging Bubba the Love Sponge's wife on video. And I remember that leaked online, which was a whole disaster. I remember finding the clip of it online. It's just nasty. And then the audio of after that came out where Hulk said he sounded bad. There's just no way to say it. He sounded really bad in that clip. And he basically said, yeah, I think everybody's kind of racist. I don't like.
Yeah.
And then that came out, and, listen, when you say something like that, you can apologize, but some people, they're going to be done with you, and it's hard. You can't blame them. You can't blame people being like, I'm out, dude. You could say you're sorry. You can do what you got to do. It is what it is. And there's no defending stuff like that. You can't defend saying things like that. There is no defending it. But, when it's all said and done, wrestling would not really exist today and be as big as it was without Hogan.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
I think at the end of the day, you know, you have to look at, you know, everything. You know, there's, you know, he was a megastar. I mean, Nick, back in the 80s, people were so invested in wrestling and how big it was. I mean, I remember they did an angle where Sergeant Slaughter turned heel, and this was during the Gulf War. And
oh, my
Sergeant
grandpa
Slaughter,
fought in that war.
there was Sergeant Slaughter he turned heel, and he joined uh he joined the Middle East in this whole, he was burning the American flag, and the people were going nuts. They were so mad because he was this American warrior, Sergeant Slaughter. He was a military guy, and Hogan fought him at WrestleMania, and people were so invested in this that when Hogan won, people were crying. When Hogan finally won people were really crying because it was like we won the war. It was like Rocky IV, except in real life. I mean, the stuff that happened back then and the way he made people feel. Yeah, I'm going to, you know, I will never just excuse stuff that is said, negligent stuff and bad and just ridiculously bad stuff that's said, you know, but I'm going to remember the great memories I had as a kid. I'm going to remember all that, and you know, I'm always going to be a Hulk Hogan fan, but you know, he was never my favorite wrestler. I'll tell you who my favorite wrestler is. I got him right here. He's my hero. His name is Bret Hart. Here he is right here. This is my hero, Bret Hart. That guy's life is he has one of the darkest lives I've ever seen of a wrestler. But I don't want to divert, but Hogan made a lot of people smile and happy, and I'm going to remember that. And, you know, he's got kids, he's got a wife. I'm thinking about them because they lost a family member, and wrestling's just not going to be the same. You know, it's like, Nick, in wrestling, everybody dies young.
Oh,
Everybody.
yeah. Yeah.
You
One of my
know,
brothers said something about how, like, I can't believe, he died at 71. And I'm like, it's actually kind of a testament that he made it that long. I mean, that's like, I wasn't surprised. It's just like he put his body through hell, dude. A lot of them do.
and the drugs back then, like
Mhm.
there was a wrestler named Kurt Angle. God bless him, he's still alive. He was wrestled when I was a kid, and up until I was in high school. He got the nickname Perk Angle because he was taking 60 to 65 oxycodone pills a day. That's the stuff we're talking about. That's how bad it was. Wrestlers were stabbing each other in the back, literally with needles, giving each other steroids and drugs. And there's documentaries about this. Dr. Zahorian, this legendary doctor who was just giving pills to everybody. Like, the drugs were so insane back then. It was honestly worse than, I actually think, I don't think Ozzy or Alice could have handled the way that the wrestlers were at the 8. I'm serious, because these are 280-pound, 6'6" guys. Their bodies need a lot more drugs to feel it. So the wrestling world back then was so crazy. It's like the fact that Hogan lived that long is incredible. And we've lost, I mean, dude, Roddy Piper, gone. Macho Man, gone. Dude, so many of them.
I was going
So
to
many of
ask
them are
you.
gone. Sting is like one. Ric Flair, which nobody thought would survive, and Ric Flair is older than Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
Ric Flair, 74, 75 years old. Now I'm praying every day for Ric Flair's safety and his health. You know, I'm praying every day for Rick. I'm praying for Bret. Bret's 67 now, but Bret's life has been insane. His entire family is dead except for him. I mean, his brother fell like 80 feet from the top of an arena and died. So like that's a whole thing I could get into, but Bret is one of the most saddest stories in wrestling, but he's also, I think, the greatest of all time.
Well, I mean,
But
I was going to say too, like, I really don't, I don't fault anybody for having memories of people from 20, 30 years ago, when you were a kid and they made you happy, before they went down a path that you don't agree with now, but that doesn't take away how they made you feel at a very impressionable age. And nobody should have to apologize for that. And, that's totally understandable. But I wanted to ask you along that same train of thought here.
mm-hmm.
because I don't think I've ever asked you this, and we've talked about this on the podcast. I'm sure at one time Vince McMahon passing away would have killed you. But now I'm wondering where you are with that, because everything that came out about him, I got to imagine that you are conflicted, like heavily.
Oh yeah, it's a great question. I'm just that. I would be just that. I wouldn't be WWF and WCW, like all that. It is so intertwined in my bloodstream that had he not done what he did, Vince not creating the WWF, but making the WWF become what it was and how pop culture what it was. I mean, Nick, in 1997 and 1998, my family, not me and my brother like giggling and going upstairs and turning on TV, my family, we all stopped what we were doing, ate dinner together, and watched Nitro and watched WWF Raw. When they have these intros, and when WWE starts now, and you see like these old clips, like this montage, like a theme song, and you hear this voice going, "The world is watching." In the 90s, I'm serious. They were beating Monday Night Football every single week. That's how big wrestling was. My family, we all watched it.
I remember in the 90s how big it was. We never watched it, but I remember how big it was. Like it was big.
So my point being, it's so in my blood. So many of 90% of my childhood memories are Austin and Rock, Hogan and Goldberg in the Georgia Dome on a Monday night, 60,000 people. My uncle screaming at the TV. My dad standing up with his hands on his head. Goldberg's gonna win the title. I mean, I get goosebumps thinking about it. That's how big wrestling was. It was such a part of my life that when Vince McMahon dies, I think a part of every wrestling fan is going to kind of die with him. I think a part of every wrestling fan kind of died when Hogan died. And I think a part of every wrestling fan kind of died when Macho Man died and when Roddy Piper died. And sometimes more for other people, depending on who you really like. But same thing. A lot of the really big greats from the golden era, which is about 85 to 91 or 2, we have lost so many of them. There's not a lot left. Sting is here.
Yeah, people were talking about him in the chat.
Ric Flair is here. Bret Hart, I would consider a golden era guy as well, although you really consider him a new generation guy. Bret is here. But, it's like, dude, we are on the cusp of being on this planet where
most people we looked up to are gone.
And then we're going to have to start looking back at 90s fixtures and saying, oh, we better enjoy these now. That's how fast time is going. So, it's just, and I don't want this to be a sad thing. I just want us to all kind of, stop and really, just stop, look around and say, oh my God, like, you know what? The Simpsons is still on TV. They're still making it. Maybe I'm going to go watch that. Maybe I'm going to go catch up on that. I'm going to go because they're still making something that is started in 1989 or,
South Park.
Just stop for a second and just like, you know what? Alice is still here. He's still touring. He's still putting out records. I'm going to stop what I'm doing and I'm going to savor this moment. And I want to say, I sat when he dropped that record, I stopped and I listened to the whole thing or, like, I've been finding myself doing that lately, just stopping and just like understanding the positions we're all in right now. Like, we still have, like, when it comes to Ozzy, Tony Iommi is still here with us, healthy. And he's still going to work. He's still, I'm going to work. I'm going to keep creating. Like somebody said, Stallone doing some of his greatest work right this second with Tulsa King. I've watched everything Stallone has ever done, including his porn. I've watched all of it. Tulsa King is some of his absolute best work, and he's doing it right now. We are living it right now. Enjoy it, people. Time flies like that.
Yeah, I mean,
that.
This got you thinking about Alice, and this got me thinking about Carpenter. And I had texted Christian about that because I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like when John Carpenter goes, I know I'm gonna make like a video about it because he is probably the reason that I'm into films, like not just horror films, like film. I like that. I don't even like to think about that, but he's in his late 70s. He smoked for like 40 years. Like, I hate to say it, he's probably not going to be around all that much longer. And that really sucks. And like, so yeah, I mean, you got to embrace it. You just live in the freaking moment more, guys.
Stop living the moment. Yeah. I mean, seriously, I mean, every day. I'm praying this week's going to be a quiet week.
Yeah.
They say everything comes in there. I want to shout out to Jamal Warner, I think's his name. Excuse me if I get the name wrong. Theo Huxtable passed away too. He was the first one.
And some guy,
Malcolm Jamal Warner. Somebody in the chat, please. I don't want to disrespect that gentleman with his name. I'm a fan. Theo Huxtable. If that's his name? He passed away. Then Ozzy. Then Hulk. They always come in threes.
Chuck Mangione. Yeah.
The jazz guy.
Yeah, he passed away too. Dude, when it rains, it pours.
We lost George Wendt from Cheers. Norm, we lost him a month or so ago. And I watched Cheers that night. Me and Sydney went home, and I can't do it. Like, that's why I need to stop, and I'm just going to – I tried to watch – we watched Cheers, and I was just stopping. I was like, God damn it. Like, is this too painful? I can't watch it right now. So that's why – think about the people that are here now with us now, alive. Enjoy what they're doing now because it's palatable. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't make you sad. Enjoy it. Yeah.
I mean, stop every now and then, guys, and just be like, I don't know, like it's part of the reason why, like, I'll literally sometimes I feel like I'm bothering Christian because I'll send him memes and shit, and I'm like, I don't want to like bother him, but like sometimes I think something's really funny. I'm like, I gotta send it to Christian, but like, I just say that to say like, I don't know. It's important. It's like the same thing with my mom. Like when she calls, I answer. Like I'm always going to answer the phone when my mom calls because one day she's not going to call anymore. And it's just stuff like that. Like the people that matter to you in your life, like it takes 5 seconds to, acknowledge and just be present for them. And so like, I try to do that, especially over the last couple years. Like I've really tried to focus more on like being present for people in my life because it matters. And honestly, guys, like it sucks to talk about, but like Christian's absolutely right. Like we're coming up on a time sooner rather than later. If you're in your 30s, like Christian and I, by the time 20 years from now, a bunch of the people we look up to are all going to be gone.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to be middle-aged dudes, all of our favorite musicians, directors, all gone. Every single one. And that's going to suck. And like, you could take it on a more personal level, man. Like your parents and stuff like that. And your grandparents, dude. When I was in Florida 2 weeks ago, I saw my grandparents for the first time in a couple years. My grandma has dementia, and she didn't know who I was, and that like that hurt. That sucked. We walked into my grandparents' house, and my mom was like, "Do you know who this is?" And this, and my older brother Matt, she knew who he was because he's like 6'7", and he's the oldest, but like she didn't know the difference between me and my brother Blake. She didn't know who was who, and it's just. And you could tell my grandma feels bad because she's aware enough to know like I'm losing my marbles, and like that sucks. But I walked away from that, and I talked to my mom that night, and my mom started crying. I said, "Mom, they're not gonna be around much longer. Like they're really not." Like, and she's like, "I know, and I don't know what I'm gonna do." My grandpa, he can hardly get around anymore. He's 89 years old, man. Like,
God bless him.
and it's just one of those things where like my mom was like, we're doing Christmas in Florida this year so we can spend it with the grandparents. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Like totally. And it's just, it sucks, man. But it's one of those things. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but like, oh, it is what it is. But like in reality, it is like we're all going to die and that sucks. And so like, I don't know, try to cherish it more, you know, don't let any job or any person or anything be a total thief of joy, of any joy in your life. Like don't do that. Find seconds to enjoy it.
Let me give everybody a bit of advice that nobody's asking for, but I'm going to give it anyway. I learned this maybe 3 years ago. I want everybody listening to quiet if you're employed, and everybody maybe we have some stay-at-home people, but everybody here that has a job, I want you to quiet quit your job. I'm not saying go look for another job. I want everybody to quiet quit your job. If you don't know what that means, quiet quit your job means you stop going above and beyond. You stop putting forward more effort than is expected of you. Because let me tell you something. The reality is your job will be posted up online faster than you will be put into the ground.
Yep.
Quiet quit your job. Just do what's expected. Stop going out of your way. Because 9 times out of 10 in these places, hard work gets rewarded with more work. I love my job. My job's fine. I like my boss. He's a friend now. But I do what I go to work. I just do what I do what I have to do. I don't go out of my way. Because it's not worth it. I'm sorry. I just not. I put my effort into the stuff at my home with my candles and my YouTube and, you know, taking care of my family, but quiet quit your job.
I had that moment a couple weeks ago. I was at work and I was like, I've, you know, been with this company for 7 years. I bring in great profits for them. And I always have, and I'm reliable. And I mean, I got a tooth yanked out of my head and most people would take a couple days off for that. I was back at work less than 24 hours later. Like I don't miss work. And I just thought about it and I was like, I'm struggling to make ends meet, you know, week after week at 30 years old in my life. I feel like I don't have a ton to show for it. Like, you know, this job can kick rocks. Like I'll show up and I'll do what is expected of me. I'm not going above and beyond anymore. Because I can put more effort into, like you said, YouTube and my personal relationships outside of work. And that's so much more rewarding to me. And so I've just been putting more effort into that. I mean, right now I'm just because I haven't done a live this month. Like this is my first one. So no super chats, nothing. Like I've had my best month of ad revenue my entire time doing YouTube. I've gotten over 500 subs this month. Like I've been applying myself to my channel and it's showing. And I'm just like, I'm just going to keep doing that because I can actually like reap these benefits every day. I can feel appreciated every day by the people that are tuning into this and talking to me about it. And like, whereas I go to work and it's just like, oh, it's another day, you know, do this. You're expected to do this. And like you said, they'd post my job quicker than I'm in the ground. And it's just, it's not worth it. You don't pay me enough. You don't pay me enough for me to sacrifice my sanity for you. You just don't. So yeah, guys, absolutely quiet quit your job. But I want to get into some questions now because, you know, we did like half of this is like an existential crisis. And I told you guys we would also do a Q&A, but just, you know, rest in peace to the ones we lost. And hopefully we don't lose any more for a long time because there are certain people that I know both of us are not ready to say goodbye to. And the first question, which Ozzy song from his solo career meant the most to you? This one is going to be like super, super like, oh, of course. It's probably Mama, I'm Coming Home. But it's because I don't have my dad. Like it's just, you know, I'm pretty close with my mom. And I don't know, like every time I hear that song, I think about like what that's going to be like listening to it when my mom's gone. And I don't know. It's just that one's always really resonated with me. I don't know. But honestly, I love Dreamer as well. I know I mean, I know that's later Ozzy, but I do. I mean, and then Shot in the Dark's great. Bark at the Moon's great. Obviously, Mr. Crowley and Crazy Train are great. Like, I'd probably say Mama, I'm Coming Home. But what about you?
First off, anything off of the '01 record is a cool pick. My answer is Shot in the Dark. Like I said, I could get into a lot of the lore, but that's my favorite lineup with Phil Soussan on bass and Jakey Lee on guitar. It's my favorite guitar player Ozzy ever had. But in sticking with Jake, I want to go back to the previous record of Bark at the Moon with possibly my favorite moody, not really a ballad, but one of my favorite moodiest track is You're No Different off of Bark at the Moon.
Mm-hmm.
So
great track.
Yeah. That's it. I think my favorite record though, at the end of the day, is Ultimate Sin. It's just and I love the fact that they didn't put the single on the record till the last song. Shot in the Dark's the last track. So,
Yeah. By the way, guys, this was your opportunity. Go ahead and start asking us some questions in the chat. We're going to answer your questions.
Ask away.
But no, do you also feel like it's a great song, but Crazy Train is totally overplayed, right?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, it was the first song I ever heard from Ozzy when I was a kid. But I agree.
I don't find myself listening to it a lot, simply just because I feel like I've heard it enough for 2 lifetimes. Honestly,
yeah.
It doesn't mean every now and then I won't listen to it, because I will. But like, when I'm listening to Ozzy, that's not what I'm queuing up. I've heard a lot of that. Sick. We got a $13 super chat from Jeff. Down is up. What's up, man? Thank you so much for that super chat. Appreciate everyone in your life while you have them, because you just never know. Best to everyone from NYC. Hey, it's Jason in Manhattan Day. Jason took Manhattan today.
That's right.
Yeah, happy anniversary. What is that? 36 years? Shit. Yeah. But hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate that super chat very much. If you got a question, fire it in the chat, man. Okay, let's see. Thoughts on Happy Gilmore 2? I didn't watch it. I got to be honest with you. Happy Gilmore was never one of my favorite Sandler movies. It's fine. Like, I like it, but I go back to Little Nicky, Billy Madison. Happy Gilmore was not one of my favorites. Did you end up watching it yet?
Yeah, I saw it the night it premiered. I was excited for it. I'll keep it brief. The problem with Adam Sandler movies now is back then his movies really had, like, in Happy Gilmore, by the end of the movie, you're so invested in wanting to see Happy win that when he finally takes that last putt, like, you are at the edge of your seat. And because he really pushed those movies to have heart, and like, you really loved Happy, you wanted him to do good, all while being a funny ass movie. And the new Adam Sandler movies, they just feel as hollow as I don't even know. Like, it's just dumb humor. And that's fine. That can be fine, but it does not come close to the quality of Happy Gilmore 2. That being said, John Daly stole the show. So
I remember you saying, like, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. It doesn't look good, but I'm gonna watch it. So Zach of the Dead got a favorite movie Ozzy appeared in. I already know what Christian's is, but go ahead and tell him.
Little Nicky.
That was mine. I thought you were gonna say Trick or Treat.
It's great, but I mean, it's hysterical in Little Nicky.
Yes, yeah, it's Little Nicky, dude. I love that movie. I used to get called Little Nicky as a kid because of that movie. Yeah, dude, 100% Little Nicky. It's not even close for me. I remember seeing him in that movie, and I was like, "What the fuck? Ozzy's in this shit." Dylan, are you guys seeing together this week? I am. Are you, Christian?
Maybe not. I just don't foresee it being something that I'm gonna do good numbers on if I go out of my way to review it early. So I'll probably, what comes out after that, isn't it? Monsters or Weapons?
Weapons.
I'll probably go see that in theaters. I might see it, but I gotta like no bullshit. I have a lot of shit going on. I got people coming in and out of the house all week with the deck. I'm gonna be getting ready to get my garage closed in so I could clear out these rooms and turn that into a complete movie or recording YouTube space so I can clear up these rooms. I got a lot of shit going on. I got to start this week, so probably not. Probably not.
By the way, guys, we have almost 100 people in here. Get those likes up if you haven't liked it yet. Like the stream. I actually don't know what our likes are at right now, but like it. Iron Wolf, did you hear we're getting VHS Halloween on Shudder October 3rd?
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
excited for that.
Yeah. I would assume that every story is going to be Halloween based.
Yeah, I fucking love the last VHS. The VHS, the sci-fi one. I thought it was great.
Mm-hmm. This one's probably more up Christian's alley. Christian, are you excited for the upcoming Dead Alive 4K?
Yeah, but that's also that's like the Chinese democracy of 4Ks. So I'll believe it when I see it.
Oh, Tyler with a $2 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Hi, guys. Are you excited for the Naked Gun? Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I actually think the trailers look pretty damn funny. Like, I'm not going to lie. I remember when they announced a reboot, I was like, man, I don't know about this, but they look kind of funny. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm not excited for it, but I also feel like I really should go see it because it's not very often that you actually see a slapstick comedy get put in the theaters like this. So part of me feels I should suck it up and go see it. So, I mean, I hope it's pretty good, but, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? This is my brother. You guys see about the zombie Flesh Eaters 4K they're putting out? Looks like
that's your brother?
Movie. Yeah, that's my little brother Landon.
Yeah, I literally watched my copy on the treadmill before I came in here. So I got to film my review after this. I'll have that up tomorrow for anybody interested. But yeah, it does look fucking amazing.
What is your favorite non-album Ozzy song? Like from a soundtrack, a duet, a compilation? Mine is Close My Eyes Forever from Lita Ford's record. I mean, I'm honestly going to say this. I really, really like his song, Take What You Want with Post Malone. I really, really do like that song quite a bit.
Mine is a Motorhead song. I'm just trying to remember. The melodies in my head, but I can't.
Oh, and Hellraiser. They did that 30th anniversary Hellraiser with him and Lemmy. That shit rips.
No, I gotta be honest. I hate the Ozzy version. That was on that. The song came out in '92. Ozzy did his version on No More Tears, and Lemmy did his version on March or Die. They came out the same year. I'm sorry, but anybody that thinks Ozzy's version is better than Lemmy's version is insane.
It's not. But I do like it.
Lemmy's version is what was on the Hellraiser soundtrack. The name of the song. Oh, I Ain't No Nice Guy. I Ain't No Nice Guy. I Ain't No Nice Guy after all. It's off of March or Die. It features Ozzy on it. It's a ballad. Lemmy actually wrote really great ballads. So yeah, it's off of March or Die. Y'all go check it out. There you go. The Ever Scathed. Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about. Great song. And Lemmy actually, his voice is underrated. When he sings those kind of lighter stuff, I love it.
Yes, Together is body horror. And Christian, Dark Room Reviews wants to know your thoughts on The Substance.
Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I loved it.
Yeah, that thing blew me away. I was surprised with how much I liked it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, got another $2 super chat from KJL. Thank you very much. We need a Superbad 4K. Fuck yeah, we do. I love Superbad. That is Superbad and Step Brothers. Superbad, Step Brothers, Billy Madison. Like those are probably on my close to my Mount Rushmore of comedies.
That was the last great era of comedies, man.
Mm-hmm.
Last great era.
Does Happy Gilmore 2 use Tuesday's Gone?
Yes.
Okay. Looking for some questions, guys. Trying to get caught up with the
Ask
chat.
questions.
Yeah,
people,
come on.
Ask away.
Everybody's chiming in with their thoughts on stuff, but yeah, ask a question. I'm here to answer them. Yeah, Step Brothers is goated. Another thing I don't care what anybody says. I want an Anchorman 3. I just do. I don't care. They waited 10 years to make Anchorman 2, and it was still hilarious.
It was good.
Yeah, they should make a third one. I don't really care. I want to see it. And that cast is great. I remember when the second one came out, I was like, really, we're doing this? And I was like, oh, this shit's actually good. So yeah. What did you think of Until Dawn? I didn't see it, but I saw it's on Netflix now. I might check it out.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I really am interested in seeing it. Like, I want to see it. I just want to have fun. I don't care. I don't need it to be Silent Hill or nothing. I just want to have fun.
Yeah. Okay. Someone wants to know our favorite feature on a Rob Zombie song. Favorite feature? I do love Helter Skelter. I'm not gonna lie. Do love Helter Skelter.
I can't say I can give an honest answer. I'd literally have to just go look them up and see who does what. I know Ozzy did something off of Sinister Urge, but I can't give an answer to that. I'd be lying saying I'm really familiar with anything.
Yeah, I can't say I am either, but I'll just say Helter Skelter because I do love that song. Fave Frank Henenlotter movie? I was gonna say that's a question for Christian.
Frankenhooker. No, I'm gonna go with Basket Case. I really am. I'm gonna go with the OG Basket Case, then Frankenhooker.
Favorite animated movies of all time, Mark. My all-time favorite is probably Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. I don't give a shit. I'm unashamed. Yeah. I'm gonna say Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, dude.
The 88 or 87 G.I. Joe movie is one of the most slept on animes of all time. I love that. Rover Dangerfield, which is Rodney Dangerfield doing the voice for Rover. I love that. And then I want to throw in a little monkey wrench with the Iron Giant from 98. This classic.
That's great. That's great. I loved A Bug's Life when I was a kid too. It was one of my favorites.
Everybody loves A Bug's Life. Please say you're an Ants fan. Ants was my shit.
Oh yeah.
Stallone was in Ants.
Yeah. We had that on VHS. Oh yeah, dude. I'm an
Ants kid. I always did Ants over Bugs Life.
James and the Giant Peach. I loved that classic. Too. Yeah. God, now you're gonna take me down a rabbit hole here.
Yeah. Rover Dangerfield is slept on, people. Pick up that Warner Archive Blu-ray. I love Rover Dangerfield.
Well, Jeff, Christian is a massive fan of Hell House.
I'm probably the biggest fan of all time.
Yeah, I'm surprised. They need to give him a screener for the new movie. He needs to see it before everybody else. But yeah, he's a huge fan. He got me to watch him 2 years ago, and I actually really enjoyed him. I think he was surprised to find out how much I liked this. He was like prepping me before going into it. 2 and 3, they're not great. Like, 1 is an all-timer. They have their moments. And I was texting him after I watched them, and I'm like, I actually really liked 3. Like, I'm not going to lie. Actually, I really dug that one. 2 is kind of boring. But I really dig 1. I really dig 3. And I really dig the 4th one, Origins. Yeah, Origins.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be there to see Lineage. I'm assuming it'll be at a theater near me, and I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, and I think Origins is one of the best found footage movies of all time. That's me. That's how much I love it. So I'll just add that.
All right, there you go. Do you guys watch door ring camera vids? Some creepy motherfuckers out there. I've seen some on social media, man, but I never know what's a joke, like what's a prank that someone's setting up, like what's real and what's not. And I hate that we live in that era right now. I hate that. Like, don't give me some, look at this creepy, spooky, paranormal thing when it's like, yeah, but this is probably bullshit. But yeah, I watch them.
I want to recommend a channel to everybody on YouTube. It's called Chilling Scares. It's probably my all-time favorite YouTube channel. And all this channel is like creepy footage and like disturbing Reddit threads. And like he just uploaded a video called People Who Recorded Their Last Moments Before Dying. And it's disturbing, creepy stuff. And he'll do door ring camera footage, and he'll do dash cam stuff, and it is good creepy shit.
Christian watches the dark stuff sometimes, guys.
Oh,
He
that's my
does.
favorite. I do. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. So Chilling Scares, watch that channel. Check that channel out, guys.
I can't watch too much
Yes.
of that stuff. It freaks me the fuck out. Like I get really bad anxiety. And then I start to think about death and stuff. And I'm like, I can't do this. Most hyped horror movie for the back half of the year. Look, if you would have asked me 6 months ago, I would have said The Conjuring. I'm not a huge fan of the trailer. We talked about that on the last episode, so I'm kind of lukewarm on that now. I'm honestly probably going to say Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. I think that thing looks awesome, personally.
Or what else, what is there? There's Conjuring, Frankenstein,
Black Phone
there's
2,
Black Phone 2,
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Fred's.
There's not a ton.
I mean, what is considered back half? Like,
Well, Hell House. Yeah, Hell House would be August. Yeah.
if that's back half, then yeah. I'm looking forward to The Conjuring. I love the trailer myself, so
I know this.
I'm looking forward to that.
That was so weird that we were not in agreement there. I thought Christian was going to agree with me and be like, "Yeah, dude, it looks like the third one."
Maybe it's because I stopped watching trailers, so I'm not used to them anymore. But I don't know.
Do you think we get another Jordan Peele horror film soon? Yeah, I think we do. But I'm going to be honest, guys. He blew up way quicker than I think he had any right to. Personally, that's just my opinion. I think Get Out was awesome. I thought Us was fine, and I liked Nope, but it wasn't incredible. So, like, he has 3 movies. I would say only one of them is like truly an incredible movie. He clearly has the goods, like he clearly does, but it's the same thing with Ari Aster. You know, you make a good movie or two and people are like, this is the songbird of the generation. And I'm like, can we fucking pump the brakes, bro? Like, give me like 5 bangers before we start talking about like you being one of the greatest. That's just my opinion on it, though. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I agree, but it's like I try not to hold that against him. It's just the stupid internet that wants to be part of the cool club and say, "Oh man, he's a master." You know, so I try not to hold that against Jordan Peele, but yeah, I feel you.
Reading Salem's Lot right now. Which film adaptation should I watch first after? I'm going to say Hoopers, personally.
I would say only Hoopers.
Yeah.
And no, excuse me. Do the Hooper and the Rob Lowe version. But I was not a big fan of the new one. It's just junk food. But some people want that from that, and that's fine. But considering you're reading the book, I think you want the story when you watch the movie. So I think people kind of still sleep on Salem's Lot. I kind of think Salem's Lot's possibly the second best Tobe Hooper movie. Like I think it's that good. So
It is.
You know,
that remake sucked, dude. I remember watching.
Whoa, I love you. Are you referencing Rob Lowe or are you referencing the one that just came out?
The one that just came out.
Okay.
I watched it one time. It was one of those watches where I had really low expectations because they delayed it for years. And I was like, you know what? This is fine. And then I watched it again and I was like, no, it's not. Like I feel like that was one of those cases of like super low expectations. And you're like, wow, this wasn't total dog shit. But then you watch it again after you know what to expect. And you're like, yeah, this is not very good.
Yeah. It's not. I honestly prefer Return to Salem's Lot even over that one that just came out. But it's so funny because Brandon will hate everything, but then love that. He loves it.
What movie did you tell me the other day he's saying it's incredible?
Oh no, he won't shut up about 28 years later.
Yeah.
It's a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece.
He's an interesting guy. I mean, I swear to God.
We're bringing Brandon back on here, hopefully for this month's episode. Christian's kicking some ideas around. I am too, actually. I want to talk to Christian about that later. But upcoming Blu-ray 4K release you're looking the most forward to, Christian? You're the 4K guy.
Ninja Turtles for sure. Spawn, although I got the 4K Blu-ray because of the special effects stuff, I figured it'd probably be better do that than the 4K. So I got a Blu-ray for Spawn coming. Probably that. In terms of horror, It's got to be Texas Chainsaw, the beginning. I should be getting that relatively soon. Tonight's feature will be Mac and Me on 4K though.
Yes, I saw you post about that, and you said we got Mac and Me before we got Elm Street. Jeff, what did you guys think of Hellfest? Christian
Love
and
it.
but we agree. You're a Hellfest guy or a haunt guy. And
Not
I'm a haunt guy.
5 out of 7 days, I'm a haunt guy. 2 days, I'm a Hellfest guy. The thing I love about Hellfest is it has that shine and that sleekness of like The Walking Dead. You can feel, because I know that there are people involved with Walking Dead that produced that, and I really think Hellfest came out at the tail end of a certain point of the genre, where if Hellfest came out today and it was like premiered on Shudder, it'd be a smash hit. I think people would love it. Hellfest really did come out at the wrong time.
It did. Yeah, it did. I agree with that. And it kind of sucks because it's a really fun time. Haunt was actually filmed 45 minutes away from me. There have been days where I've been off work where I've thought about, man, I want to make the drive out, but then I think about it and I'm like, well, what would I really see? The road that they drive on, and then like the exterior of the haunted house. Like you can see that, you'll be able to notice it, but that's all I could really see. Do I really want to drive almost an hour for that? Like, I don't know. Let's see.
What else we got, people?
We'll go. I figured we'd go till about 20 more minutes, 10:30. Sound good to you? 9:30 your time?
Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect.
Okay, let's see. Did you guys see both Jason Voorhees and Art the Clown are going to be featured at Halloween Horror Nights this year? I did. And I actually mentioned that in my Jason Universe video that I did the other day, which, by the way, Christian, I mean, can we talk about this really quick as content creators? Like, guys, if you're a content creator, a horror content creator, and news like that breaks late at night, I don't give a shit what you're doing. I was about to go to bed, and I got my ass up, and I was like, I got to record something. Like, you've got to strike while the iron's hot on that stuff sometimes.
I agree, but I went to bed and then I recorded in the morning.
Yeah. See,
I was like, I'm going to bed, man.
But here was the thing. I had to work 9 to 8 the next day. So I knew I was going to be at work all day. Yeah. So I was like, I need to record this now, edit it. I was up till 2 a.m. I had it on to get it to post to Patreon. And I was like, all right, I'm done. And then, it does thousands of views. So like, if you are a content creator, specifically in the horror space, when news like that breaks, like you got to drop what you're doing and do that's just the way it, but also don't be disingenuous. If you don't give a shit, don't do it. Like it's very obvious when somebody's talking about something that they don't have a vested interest in, but if it's something you care about and it's making waves, you got to talk about it. Like, that's just the way it goes. Some people wait like a week to talk about it. I'm like, where were you at? Like,
I've enjoyed covering the Jason stuff. Well, obviously, I'm really, really interested. I'm really interested in it. On top of everything, but it's funny. It's like, dude, I did a video. We have a mutual friend that works at a Spirit, and he had messaged me and just out of the blue, he was like, "Hey, man, I was talking to my people. Blah blah blah. These tariffs are actually kind of screwing stuff up. Spirit's going to have no new stuff for a while, blah, 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 blah." And then earlier, like in 30 minutes before that, I had got an email about Scream Factory basically saying, we're going to jack up I say jack up, that's really not fair. We're going to raise our shipping prices because we're swapping to boxes, no more mailer, bubble envelopes. And I was like, I got time to record something. I may as well do something while I have some time. Sydney was cooking dinner. I had like 30 minutes. So I just did this small video I recorded, and I was like, fuck it, I'll post it tonight. I just looked at it this morning. It did good, but I just looked at it this morning. It's at 16,000 views. I'm just like, what the fuck? So not only strike when the iron's hot, but also just say fuck it. If it's a weird idea you have, just record it and throw it up. Just haphazardly throw shit up on the internet every now and again, and then it'll do 16K.
Dude,
so
you'll be surprised. You really will. Like I remember I did an Out of the Theater for Jeepers Creepers 3 in my fucking car, like on my cell phone, and it got like 10,000 views. I didn't even edit the thing.
Yeah,
I was just
well, that's how it always works. Though sometimes the less work you put in, it's just like, oh, that worked.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it. Anyway, yeah. Bruce Campbell has a cameo in all 3 Spider-Man movies by Raimi. Which one's your favorite? Probably 3 because it's the most memorable one, where he's got the engagement ring and he's the waiter. I honestly don't remember the other 2.
I like him in 1 when he's working at the wrestling. He's the
Oh,
what's your
yeah,
name,
yeah.
kid?
Yeah.
I'll go at 1.
How do you feel about stores putting out Halloween stuff as early as July? It seems like it gets earlier and earlier every year. Well, it's a little early for me personally, but I don't fault them because it's clearly a huge moneymaker. That's why they do it. They only do it because people are buying it. Like if we weren't buying it, they wouldn't be doing it earlier and earlier. So whatever, I'm not going to dabble in it yet. But if other people want to, I don't care.
I love it. And I'm also going to shut the fuck up when November 1st hits and all the Christmas stuff is out, because then I'm going to feel like a hypocrite.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not going to shit talk. I'm not going to shit talk Christmas stuff being out on November 1st.
That makes sense though. There's no really decorating you can do for Thanksgiving. I remember when we were kids, like my mom she put a turkey on the door and I was like, the fuck, we got a turkey on the door? Yeah. Blu-ray Addict, who's on your guys' Mount Rushmore of modern horror directors?
Oh God.
So that would be 4. Easily Mike Flanagan, James Wan. This is not going to be popular. I don't care. Rob Zombie. And then I got to think of a 4th one. I don't know. Where are you at on that so far?
I have no fucking clue. Wow.
I mean, you'd probably put Flanagan up there, I think. You'd probably put Zombie up there.
It's hard to even, like, when we say modern, are we just talking like 2000 up, 2010 up?
Let's just say our lifetime. But let's do 2000 up. Yeah, I think that's fair. 2000 up. Modern.
Wan. Absolutely, James Wan. Flanagan for sure. And I still don't think he's even tapped his potential. If they would just let the guy do the big stuff and not call him in to clean up messes. Who else?
Still want Flanagan to do Elm Street. Still do.
I'm trying not to put Rob Zombie in there, to be honest with you.
You want to, just do it.
I know I do, but I really think that there's other people that are more deserving.
Well, the only other names that I can think of in this millennia that have put out multiple horror movies, like I start to think about it and I'm like, you could say Del Toro, but I don't know. I mean,
Del Toro really, he's
more
not even like considering himself horror. Yeah,
exactly. Jordan Peele would not make the cut for me. Ari Aster would not make the cut for me because he's only done like 2 true horror movies.
But he's getting weird too. So.
Yeah, he is. That's why I'm like Zombie for sure. All of his movies are horror aside from the Munsters. And I like more than I don't. And I think Zombie's highs are fucking awesome, dude. I'd put House of 1,000 Corpses up there as top 10 of 2000.
Oh, yeah.
Like easily. And then Halloween 2, same thing, dude. Like Zombie's highs are so fucking high. So like I'd put him up there. My question is, who do I put it for? Like I don't know.
That's fine. I'll throw Zombie in there too. I could think about that all day, but
yeah, we'll just do 3 because it's already hard enough. Jacob wants to know, do you guys think the story / marketing of the Blair Witch Project is better than the film itself? Probably. I'll be honest.
It's hard to just yes or no that, because the story marketing changes your perception of the film.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like if you just saw the movie and you just saw it without knowing anything about it, it's scary, but the way they marketed it made the film terrifying to where when you saw the box art, it was scary. Just seeing the box art at Blockbuster. I remember my mom was like, "Don't mess with that." She didn't want me to look at the VHS cover. So it's I'm trying not to be just a contrarian and not answer his question, but like literally the marketing affects the way you view the movie. So That makes sense.
I just had somebody reach out to me and call me out for my 4th spot on the Rushmore. You're right. Robert Eggers. I'll put Eggers there. I will. He'd be my 4th one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'll say that for me, like, the Blair Witch Project is an effective movie, but it was that much scarier for me the first time I watched it because I went into it thinking it was real. And like, you got to understand, like, I wasn't even 10 years old. Like, I was a kid. I believed this was real. They sold this to me as real. It was like watching a snuff film. You know what I mean? Like, you were like, I shouldn't be watching this.
Right.
And like, that makes it more effective. But it's an effective found footage movie, regardless. It just is. They utilize sound really well. They utilize the advent visually of the found footage really well, you know, to make it just induces anxiety. Like I think it's still a great movie, but that definitely helped. Christian, what are your favorite tracks off the new Alice album?
Definitely Black Mamba. I love it. And my favorite track, I think it's the best song Alice has put out since Paranormal, is One Night Stand. Ian James. One Night Stand, I think, is a brilliant, creepy Jekyll and Hyde 80s new wave tempoed, just a perfect song. I love it. That's One Night Stand is hands down one of my favorite songs he's done in years. So there you go.
Fuck. Somebody said Ty West. You're right. I'd put West over Eggers. I'm sorry. I'm putting Ty West over Eggers.
I'll do one Zombie. I'll bump Flanagan off. I'll do West and one Zombie instead of Rob Zombie. One Zombie, Ty West, and
you got to put Flanagan over Eggers.
I guess so.
Dude, just for Midnight Mass alone.
Yeah, no, I agree.
No David Gordon Green? Yeah, I know. He didn't make the cut.
Ask me in 4 years, 5 years, Perkins may start making that list. We'll see. He's going to do a dud soon, though. He needs to get it out of the way. He needs to just put out his shitty film soon. Just get it out of the way.
Yep, Perkins, that's right. And I saw Mark ask this as well, but people are asking our thoughts on the new Hellraiser game. Dude, I got to be honest with you. Correct me if I'm wrong, it looks like it's going to be story-based. Like, you're actually going to be able to have like a campaign, so to speak.
Something like that, yeah.
If that's the case, I'm in. I'm tired of the horror games just doing the multiplayer thing. That really loses its luster. I played TCM for not even a month, and I got burnt out on it. I was just like, there's just not... It's so limited to what you can do. They're all like different variations of Dead by Daylight, basically. And like, if I wanted that, I would just go back to playing Dead by Daylight. So, if they're going to do like a story, then I'm in.
What about the guy that directed Trick or Treat, though? Why can't he make the list?
Because Doherty's only done 2 horror movies, Trick or Treat and Krampus.
Did he do Godzilla? That's horror. He did Godzilla.
He did King of the Monsters, which is my favorite MonsterVerse movie. Yeah, but again, it's just like,
Throw him on there, dude. Throw his ass up on the list.
Well, it's just like Peel and Astor and stuff. They just haven't done enough. Like,
yeah, but okay.
Did you know that Trick or Treat's not an anthology?
Apparently not.
Apparently not. I played Evil Dead for 3 years. Dude, I loved Evil Dead. I did, but I got burned out on that. Are you guys going to go see the new Mortal Kombat? I never saw the first one. Did you like it, Christian?
I thought it was pretty good. I was pissed that there was no Johnny Cage, but that's, I think, what this one is all about. So, I'll see it. Maybe not in theaters, but I will see it. What
was your sock question, Zach? I saw something about socks. When I'm trying to answer these questions, like sometimes I'm like, I'm way too far up in the chat. I need to go back to the bottom now. I did not check out the Halloween and Evil Dead side scrollers, or maybe I did the Halloween. I don't know.
Oh, dude, they're fun. I play them. I don't stream them, but
dude, Mark keeps asking me. Well, not keeps asking me. He's asked me a couple times, like, dude, you should. If you end up playing, this Resident Evil game, you should stream it. And like, I feel like that would be fun. I just know like nobody would watch. You know what I mean? Like, because I remember when you were doing it for Friday the 13th, like, the viewership, it's not really about that, but still.
No, it's not, but it's fun. It's fun. But yeah, I got I had got the bundle thing, and there's Halloween and a Evil Dead game on here. They're side scrollers though, and they're fun. They're fun.
What does that mean? I'm dumb.
Like Super Nintendo graphics. Like you go left and right. Yeah.
Okay.
2D graphics.
Yeah, I know you'd watch, Mark. Christian might even pop in if I did that. My issue right now is deciding, and I was messaging Mark about this a couple weeks ago, which Resident Evil game to download and just go for it with. That's my issue, because there's so many. My brother has Game Pass. He game shares with me, so like I can download any of them. But I downloaded the remake of Resident Evil 4, dude, and I didn't get into it. I loved that on PS2 when I was a kid.
Well, I heard they took out all the ass and titties in that game, or maybe that's something else.
I mean, maybe they did, but
like there was this whole thing where all the women that like were shaped, like they got rid of all like their curves and stuff, and it's just like, what are y'all doing?
For summertime, low crew or under ankle no show socks. I wear both. Right now, I'm wearing.
That's a pressing question, man. He needs to know.
Well, right now I'm wearing the low cut ones, but earlier today, before I showered, I was wearing long socks, long black socks. So, I don't know. I'm not really picky about my socks, believe it or not, except I don't really like having them on. Usually when I'm around the house, I take them off. Thoughts on Welcome to Derry? I'm sure Christian probably didn't watch the trailer yesterday because he doesn't watch trailers. I like it. I think it looks good. I mean, I was in as soon as they said Skarsgård was back. So, whatever. And Christian's going to watch it too, because it's going to be an episode every week. So like he said, he'll be able to keep up with it. So
if it's once a week, yeah, I can keep up with it. I hope they do that with Crystal Lake too. I really do.
What's that premiering on? Is that Peacock?
Yeah, the cock.
I don't know how Peacock does their stuff. What is how do they do it at the cock, guys? How does the cock do it? Do they drop it weekly? Do they drop it all at once?
Well, they I was watching Love Island, and they do that. Like they update the episode. They don't dump the season. The episodes come out periodically. I think it just depends. Some shows may get dumped, but I think a lot of them are going. It only makes sense for a subscription model to drop stuff weekly to keep people invested. Like Stranger Things, like I wish they would have do that with their episodes because they're so goddamn long instead of just dumping 12 hours of
you see the finale? The finale is rumored to be 3 hours. The last episode. Yeah. And there are multiple episodes in this final season that are 2 hours or longer.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. You're gonna be it's gonna be tough. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
What's the worst movie you guys have watched this year? Oh shit balls. Oh man.
Wolfman.
See, I never watched Wolfman. Akeem says yes, it'll be 3 hours. Holy shit.
He would know.
He would know. I mean, I don't care. I always was of the belief that they should put the last episode, the series finale, into theaters, personally. Especially since they're dropping that episode, the final one, by itself. It's going to be huge, I'm assuming. They should do that in theaters.
Akeem, do me a favor. Akeem, do me a favor. If you're listening, Akeem, I need you to talk to Netflix and tell them to pull their head all the way out of their ass and get back on Mindhunter. All those guys said they would do it, but Netflix dropped the ball. It was the greatest show. Come on, Akeem, you know I'm right. The greatest show besides Stranger Things. I'm not trying to disrespect you, but Mindhunter was the greatest goddamn show I'd ever seen in my life. And they cliffhanged the second season with the BTK. And then it was gone. And then the wife and kid left the one guy. Let's go. Akeem, do me a favor. Just talk to Netflix. Just talk to him.
Also, yeah, if you talk to them too, find out why the hell they don't do any physical releases, ever. aside from like Stranger Things. It's kind of bullshit.
Well, I'm hoping with Stranger Things, it's like it is. I'm hoping with Stranger Things, like once it's all said and done, they'll do like a big box set or something. Like fuck it, I bought all mine secondhand anyway, so I got my first and second season cheap. But hopefully they'll do like a big box set when it's all said and done.
CR, I read your comment about bringing Mindhunter back as a trilogy, and like quickly looking at it, I thought it said the Munsters. I was like, they're giving Rob Zombie a trilogy. Holy shit. Okay, so
I don't care about that, Akeem. Talk to me about Mindhunter. I don't care about that.
Yeah, he
ahead,
wants to
go
know
ahead.
about Mindhunter, Akeem. How much cooler would an Arrow chunky box set be of what is Day of the Dead?
Chunky.
I mean,
Who asked that?
Dude, that was Zach of the Dead.
Gladiator 4K, but how much cooler would I? Well, I mean, I'm sure they're gonna try to get it, Zach. I mean, obviously, they're gonna, if they get the license for the film in that part of the world, which I'm sure Cliff McMillan is on right now. He's on that right now. Scream Factory is gonna have their 4K come out, and I'm sure every other company is gonna try to license the restoration that they do off that Interpositive. So it'll probably happen because Arrow has put out Day of the Dead before. So.
All right. This is, they gave up on physical media. They don't think there's any money. Well, they're wrong. But like Christian has already been saying, clearly they don't know a lot because they canceled Mindhunter and they won't bring it back.
Dumbasses. So, I hate Netflix and anybody that works for him, except Akeem. He's cool.
This will be the last question since it's 10:30. But people have asked this before. Any chance you guys will do a full moon episode? Look, Christian would love to do that, and I'm not opposed to it, but I know that I'd have to do a lot of homework. So
I really wonder what the audience for that would really be. Because it's cult. I don't know. I would do it, but I'd have to see a little bit more in return from the audience, like in terms of like asking for it, and what you guys would like to see. Yeah. I mean, besides puppet, like I could talk about Puppet Master and all that. I could talk about, the golden era for sure. One of the things I would like to cover is not so much a lot of the movies that came out, but I read his book, and I would love to talk about the ups and downs of Full Moon and what happened with Charles and the company and the going bankrupt in 2012 and selling bootleg Wizard Video big boxes, and I'd love to talk about all of that, but then again, that's a whole different thing. I don't know if the audience would be into that, so I don't know.
We'll see. Maybe eventually down the road when we run out of ideas. But the funny thing is, most of the time,
like somebody said to cover Killjoy, there's only so much I could say about Killjoy. Oh, I mean, it's like I get it. Like even Ginger Dead Man, yes, I love Gary Busey. Like it's like yes, I could talk. Like there's only so much. I don't feel like spending more than 10 minutes because that's how long it took to film them. Like this, like I really don't want to go in depth on Evil Bong, and I personally don't want to. I can laugh about them, but like don't ask me to like break them down. I can't.
Hey, Charlie Band coming on the show, like, look, that'd be cool. That was the thing that I was going to talk to Christian about. I'm not going to, put my cart before the horse because Christian and I have talked about this before. He says, "Man, you announce stuff sometimes way too early," and I'm like, "Yeah, you're absolutely right." I got a couple irons in the fire to try to get some guests on here that we haven't had before. There's a white whale I'm going after, so we'll, hopefully soon we'll have another episode where we bring somebody notable from the industry on, because those episodes are always really fun. We always go like 2+ hours because we
I'm sorry, somebody just commented something.
Yeah, Ashley Lawrence. He
has good intentions, but it's just like,
well, that wasn't my fault. In fairness, that was brought to us. I didn't speak that into existence. That was brought to me by.
No, I know that, but
yeah,
once we say, guys, guess what? And then
Yeah.
they're like, well, where is she?
Long story short, it was a friend of Ashley Lawrence's that I verified they are friends and they have worked together. It was brought to my attention, hey, she wants to come on. She heard you guys talking about Hellbound and how much you loved it, and it really made her happy. And she said she'd love to come on. And I said, awesome. Like, let's set something up. And then nothing, no dice. So I believe me, that one still kills me. Lisa Wilcox was actually our decision, Mark. That was our decision. Not creating any waves or anything, but Christian and I have talked before. Like, Lisa's an actress and she does con appearances and stuff, and God bless her.
She wanted money. It's just we don't pay for guests. It's not something we do. She wanted money. It's no harm, no foul. We couldn't come to an agreement. We just moved on.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that.
That's really all it was. Although I will be honest with you, I might fork that over eventually myself. But then I've thought about it. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that because, like, look, I mean, just with Christian's channel alone, like, and I have a modest audience too. Like, bringing somebody on, you're getting exposed to tens of thousands of people. Like, we just didn't feel like, oh, we should also then pay you, to come bullshit with us while we're, I don't know. If anything, we're giving you some promo. So I don't know. That's just
it is what it is.
It's kind of how we felt about it. But okay, this will be the last question. If you guys had the keys to make a movie, would you make a classic or an original? I'm not original enough to think up a horror. I'd probably want to do a property that's already established.
Oh yeah, same. Although I have a great idea. I do have an idea for an original film. I have an idea for a found footage film.
Uncle Jerry 3?
Actually, I don't even know if it exists, the name of this, but I always wanted to make a movie called Ring, where it's about a family that has their Ring cameras set up, and they just they have the cameras in the house, outside of the house.
If you're putting this out there, Christian, someone can steal it.
That's fine. I've talked about it before. The idea is you've got this family out there, and they're a good, normal family. They've got the cameras going on. The movie will pick up with them talking, playing games in the living room, and then every now and again, the outside camera will show like a black SUV kind of pull up and drive off. And then the next night, you'll see the family talking. They're playing cards, and then you'll see the truck pull up again, stay a little bit longer, and then drive off again. And then it escalates. The next night, the motion detects the vehicle come up, and they get out the van and they start coming up to the house and looking around, trying to see how to get in. And then eventually the movie culminates with these people breaking in the house, and the movie is all done. The whole movie you're seeing is through these Ring cameras. So it's like a break-in type movie. And then my plot device is they're locked out of their username, so they're not able to check the Ring cameras. Like, somehow they've gotten hacked where they can't check the Ring cameras. So that's my movie.
It actually is a cool idea. I'm not just blowing smoke.
I know it. I've thought about it. I've thought about it for a while. I'm gonna talk to some people about that. I think it's a good idea.
Could you offer me a role? Could I be in it?
Oh, I'm not in charge. But if I am, I'm not. If I ever get in charge, I'll put you in the movie.
Okay, cool. I'll die. That'll be cool. Or I can be one of the bad guys. Whatever. Yes, Sam, I am. I very much am. But JJ Wild says this will be the next Lisa Wilcox movie on Shudder. I mean, if Christian got to make a movie and Lisa Wilcox was his lead in it, I feel like he would think he made it. Personally, like I would.
She wouldn't be my first pick. She would be my first pick.
Ashley Lawrence?
I'd take her over Lisa, yeah.
Guys, absolutely. I gotta be honest with you. Ashley Lawrence posted a photo a couple weeks ago. I sent it to Christian and I said, man.
How did she do it?
Wow. She is still so hot. All right. No, I've come up with ideas before. I have, but I don't know if that'd actually be good. I actually have an idea. I think I did mention it briefly on here months ago about the gay ghost. I've got a horror movie about a gay ghost. So, but I'm gonna I'm going to save the details for that one. But I will say, I was talking to my gay coworker about it months ago, and he was like, "This is actually a good idea." And I was like, "I actually think it's kind of solid." But yeah, it might be something that we get going here soon. But did I tell you about the gay ghost, Landon? Anyway, whatever. All right. Well, I think we're going to call it, Christian. So look, to everybody that stopped in this evening, we appreciate it. We damn near going on 2 hours. Dude, what was just in my teeth? What the fuck? Had around 100 people in here most of the night. So guys, we're at 99 right now. Leave those likes on the stream, please. And honestly, I don't know what we're doing for August yet, but we're going to do something. Christian is going to think of some ideas. Like I said, I'm trying to see what I can figure out. We want the next episode to be a bigger deal. We both talked about that.
Well, we got to do something that's never mind. Like I think back to episodes of like the most disappointing horror films or like stuff like that where we had Halloween Ends on the thumbnail and everybody was like, "Oh, they finally came to their senses." I remember that was a big episode, but we'll do something fun. We'll figure it out. We got time. We
have pissed people off plenty of times. We can do it again. So
right.
But yeah, so if you guys are watching on the playback, thanks for checking it out. Leave a like as well. And if you couldn't join the live chat, sound off down below in the comments. Whatever we talked about, give us your thoughts on it. So RIP to, what the fuck is that? Christmas?
Gingerbread candle.
Oh.
I got it last year during Christmas time, and I still melt it. I haven't used it all up yet. It smells great.
I'm sure it does, but wrong time of year.
No, right time of year.
Most wanted sequels that don't exist. Hey, I got a laundry list. All right. Anyway, we're going to head out, guys. So want to appreciate y'all. Want to say I appreciate y'all for watching. Again, Christian, you got anything before we go?
Always just thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. And let's get through this freaking week. It's Monday. And it's almost over. So we almost made it. And then after that, before you know it, it'll be Thursday, Friday. And everybody will be in a good mood.
Not me, buddy. I work all day Friday and Saturday. I fucking hate Friday and Saturday now.
Man.
But hey, also, before I go, I'd be remiss if I didn't say this, guys. Friday morning, 11 a.m. is my custody hearing. So Friday morning or
live stream it.
Yeah.
Dude, you have it'll be standing room only if you live stream that.
Dude, I know. I know a bunch.
Just check,
it actually
check with your lawyer. Just see what he says.
Yeah, what
circle back on that.
But I wanted to let everybody know that, just to let you know that I think I should be able to see my kid this weekend. So
there you go.
We'll see how that goes. But you guys will know because I'm sure I'll post it on social media. So anyway. Love y'all. Remember what Christian said. Take a moment every now and then to smell the friggin' roses and appreciate the fact that you're alive. So
that's right.
We love y'all, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. So peace.